I wonder what you think about forgiveness. Thumbs up if you think it's easy to forgive. Thumbs down if you think it's hard to forgive. Jesus' words from the Beatitudes tell us that we should show mercy to others, as God shows us mercy. We might call this forgiveness. I wonder if you can think of some things that people do that have hurt or upset us, things that might need to be forgiven. Here's another question, but one for you to think about, not talk about. I wonder what the worst thing you've ever done wrong is. I wonder whether you have felt as though it was so bad that you might not be forgiven. You might never even have told anybody. Today we're going to share a story together about a woman who felt just like this and how Jesus treated her. The Jewish leaders often watched Jesus to see what he would do in different situations. It was often their aim to try and catch him out. As you listen, think about what this story teaches us about forgiveness.
Early the next morning, he went back to the temple. All the people gathered round him, and he sat down and began to teach them. The teachers of the law and the Pharisees brought in a woman who had been caught committing adultery, and they made her stand before them all.
Teacher! This woman was caught in the very act of committing adultery. In our law, Moses commanded that such a woman must be stoned to death. Now, what do you say?
They said this to trap Jesus so that they could accuse him. But he bent over and wrote on the ground with his finger. As they stood there asking him questions, he straightened up.
Whichever one of you has committed no sin may throw the first stone at her.
Then he bent over again and wrote on the ground. When they heard this, they all left, one by one, the older ones first. Jesus was left alone with the woman still standing there. He straightened up.
Where are they? Is there no one left to condemn you?
No one, sir.
Well then, I do not condemn you either. Go. But do not sin again.
Jesus showed the leaders what they couldn't see for themselves, that everyone does wrong things and needs forgiveness from God. Jesus could see what was in the woman's heart and knew what she needed to get back on track was not judgment and blame, but forgiveness. He showed her that she was forgiven. that all the things that the leaders might have been accusing her of were gone. God forgives us, just like Jesus forgave the woman. Nothing we can do is ever too bad for God's forgiving heart if we are sorry and ask him for forgiveness. But Jesus' words in the Beatitude also show us that we need to have this same attitude to others, knowing that we all do things wrong. We should forgive others as we have been forgiven. All gone. Nothing left. But maybe this is harder to do. In the stillness now, I invite you to think quietly to yourself. Jesus' words in the Beatitudes remind us that forgiveness is important to God. Jesus' actions towards the woman show us what God is truly like, that he will forgive us when we say we are sorry. I wonder if there's anything you need to say you're sorry for. Use these quiet moments to do this now if you'd like. Jesus' words also remind us that we should forgive others because God has forgiven us. Maybe you might need to forgive someone else. I'm just going to leave you to think and be quiet with your own thoughts for a while. Let's end our assembly today with a prayer as normal. And if you agree with what I'm saying, then I'd love you to join in with an amen at the end. Dear God, thank you that forgiveness is important in your kingdom. Thank you that you offer us forgiveness for the things that we do wrong. Please help us to forgive others when they hurt or upset us. We know this is hard, and so we ask for your help. Amen.